Problem number 4. The lifetime of a certain type of automobile tire in thousands of miles is normally distributed with a mean of 35 and a standard deviation of 4. The tire company wants to guarantee that its tires will last at least a certain number of miles. What number of miles in thousands should the company guarantee so that only 2% of the tires violate the guarantee? So in this problem, we are looking at this area of 2%. So that's going to be this little bitty tail right here that's going to be 2% or 0.02. So we need to know what is this value here in thousands of miles such that only 2% would be below it, and then that would leave 98% above it. So we can go to StatCrunch and put in our mean of 35. It's actually in thousands, so this would represent 35,000 miles with a standard deviation of 4,000 miles. And so we want to we know the probability, so that goes over here to the right of the equals 0.02 and hit compute. So it looks like I've got my arrow going the right way, so this right here represents the 2% of the tires that would only get this amount of mileage. So looking at that, it looks like 26.78 or 26,785 miles. So what we would put here, our probability statement would be the probability that X, representing the number of miles, would be less than 26.79 rounding is equal to 2%. So what this means is that most tires are going to get more than 26,790 miles on them. But there's going to be 2% that won't. Someone that maybe drives really fast, takes corners really hard, there's going to be that 2% that's not going to get more than this many miles on their car. So they will guarantee their tires up to this amount. So our sentence would be the tire company should guarantee this type of tire for up to 26,790 miles. Number 5. The number of chocolate chips in a bag of chocolate chip cookies is approximately normally distributed with a mean of 1,000 chips and a standard deviation of 110 chips. Determine the number of chocolate chips in a bag that make up the middle 95% of bags. So our probability statement is we're trying to find the two values where the chocolate chip cookies fall from, where 95% of the cookie bags fall within this number of chips as a low and this number of chips as a high. So we can go to StatCrunch to get this value. We need to remember though to click between because we're looking at that middle 95% of bags. So the mean is 1,000 and the standard deviation is 110 chips in a bag of chocolate chip cookies. And we are looking at that middle 95%. So the 0.95 goes to the right of the equals bar in our probability statement. So that gives us our lower and upper values. So the probability that a bag of chips would be between, let's see, 784 and 1,216. Rounding to the nearest whole number, is 95%. So in other words, 95% of all the bags of cookies have between 784 and 1,216 chips in them. So our sentence says a bag should contain between 784 and 1,216 chips to be in the middle 95% of all bags.